I grew up on a small farm with chickens and ducks and rabbits and a couple horses. My stepfather was a taxidermist, and both my natural father and stepfather were hunting or fishing every single weekend. I was very lucky to spend so much time in the woods growing up. I was also working in the taxidermy shop at an early age, mostly working on fish and small animals and a few birds. I've lived all over the United States, but it really hasn't been until the last few years that I've been able to own land. When we moved to Maryland, Paul and I bought a 100-year-old farmhouse with a couple acres. It came with a bunch of really old buildings that we've converted into chicken and rabbit pens and a pottery studio. The property is on the edge of a big piece of forest, a fairly old forest with a lot of ancient trees. And when we bought the place, most of the buildings were covered with vines and thorns, and it's been a lot of work to clear everything back, but it's really a lot of fun. We are always finding antique bottles and toys and other things out in the woods. At certain times in the spring and the summer, the fireflies are everywhere at night. It's really a magical place. I feel fortunate to be able to work here and raise a family here. As an artist, I'm primarily a sculptor and a mold maker. Using my imagination and expressing creativity is really my joy. I love getting into the studio and thinking of fun things to make. I know that sounds really simplistic, but that's really at the root of everything. I like to create things that seem to make sense on the surface and may appear beautiful and exotic, but in reality are completely ridiculous, unnatural, or even scary.